Hi, hello, my name is Aryam, and these are all the books I plan to read for December of 2025. In December of 2025, I suppose is more accurate to say. So we'll start with the books I'm already reading, which is exactly one actually. Usually I'm reading three, but currently I'm only reading North of Beautiful by Justina Chen Headley. Or Headley, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Her last name. Okay. So I am, I don't know, I'm on part two of this book. So I guess I'm around halfway through. This is a YA book about our main character, Tara, who lives in a very dysfunctional family and also happens to have a port wine stain on her face. And it's just a coming of age story. I really love Justina Chen Hadley's YA books. I've actually been reading them in publishing order, which I did not plan to do. That's just what happened. So I read her first two YA books, and this is her third, published in 2009. And it is November 29th. And as I said, I'm only currently reading that book, so I do need a book to read on the bus. And the book I'm planning to read on the bus, that means that I will be starting it tomorrow with God's help on November 30th. So I should be continuing it into December, is The Oathbound by Mercedes Lackey. So this is a book that happens in her world of Valdemar. It's actually a prequel to a book I've already read a few times by The Sword, and we basically follow these two women, and they have a magic talking sword. And yeah, I'm up for that. And I'm also planning to read in December the sequel, which is The Oath Breakers. Besides that, another series that I'm planning to read two books of, so that's a duology, and it's a prequel to By the Sword. Another series that has more than two books, but I'm planning to read two books of it in December with God's help, is Chaim al Pi Non, the first book, which is Chaim al Pi Yinon by Nadav Naveh, or Life According to Yinon, and the second book is Akochav Haba by Nadav Naveh. No real way to translate that because it's a pun. So Nadav Naveh is one of my favorite comedians. He started off in a comedy skit group who I really, really love, and now he's branched off to do more skits with his kids, and he also started putting out publishing these kids' books. Kind of remind me of Big Nate, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, I am excited to read these, and I hope I like them. Then, a thing that I do is I always read the Buzzwordathon and World and Adventure in Aeldia prompts. If you don't know, Buzzwordathon is a challenge by Books and Lala where you have two prompts, one for something on the cover and one for something in the title. You can combine them, and for this month I actually did manage to combine them. So the prompt for something on the cover is that the cover should be monochromatic, and the prompt for the title is that it should have alliteration. And I am planning to read And Shall Machines Surrender by Benjanoon Srikadeu. So this is a very short science fiction book, and the cover is basically all shades of purple pink. Mostly purple. So yeah, I'm including that. Which it's like 87 pages, maybe even less. It's very short. And it is about this woman who comes to do something with AI, science fiction. I don't know, I'm not sure if I'll like it, but it's only 87 pages. Then the adventure in Aeldia is connected to the magical readathon, which is a bigger readathon, which happens in the months of September and April, or rather April and September. But there's also every month you get one prompt for your character as they go on an adventure. So I actually have two characters. And December is obviously the last month, so they're coming to the end of their journey. And because I have two characters, I have two prompts. So because it's not, you have all these choices to branch off. It's very cool. So for one character, the prompt is to read a book with a tree on the cover. And for that, I am planning to read Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. This actually, surprisingly, the tree is very small. The main cover is green with like a swan in it, and in the swan's wing, there was a picture of a tree. For a book called Daughter of the Forest, you would think trees would be like, you would be able to see them more. But yeah, they're just fun little tree. This book I'm very excited for because I loved her Grim and Blackthorn series. I did also read another duology by her, which I just found okay. This is actually her debut book, and it's medieval fantasy, and I love medieval fantasies. I loved the Grim and Blackthorn series, so I'm very excited for it. And then my other prompt is to read the most anticipated book on your TBR. And for me, that is Before You Found Me by Brooke Bafis, which is a book about this woman. And this is from my memory. I'm just going to tell you what I remember of the summary about this woman who finds this kid who is in a very bad situation and ends up kidnapping him onto this road trip, except it's not like a real, like it's legally kidnapping, but like he's happy to be there. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. It sounds really crazy. Like I have this feeling it's one of those books that hopefully, even if I don't love it, it's too crazy for me to love, it'll still be a fun time. Anyways, those are all the books I'm planning to read in the month of December with God's help.